What's up, decoders? Welcome back. How's it going out there, everyone, this evening? Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear me. And if you guys can see the screen, also give me a thumbs up. I see that Rick James is in the chat. I see that KJ Malone, big shout out to KJ Malone 17 in the chat. He's been giving out some great info over the past few weeks. Awesome decoder. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to Shy in the chat. She just donated another coffee. I really, really appreciate your donation, Shy. Much love to you. Much love to all of you guys in the chat. Hello, Visionary Vet. Hello, Sig310. How are you guys doing today? I'm so happy to be alive with you guys tonight. It's been a few days since I did a live stream. And this one's going to be big, guys. It's going to be big. Okay, so grab your popcorn and strap yourselves in. This one's big. I went down a complete. I mean, this is. I don't know. I know I say this about a lot of my decodes, but I'm telling you, this is big. And of course, many of you already know the Super Bowl has been decided. And yeah, we're going to look into why is Taylor Swift the main character in this charade that's being played out on the world stage in the Super Bowl. Why is Taylor Swift and why is everything else going on right now connected to this Super Bowl in the year 1989? So before I get into the actual presentation, I'm going to share with you something that just came across my knowledge just a minute ago before I even got on here. And I didn't know this. I did know this, but I didn't put two and two together until just now, okay? So Taylor Swift, obviously, is dating Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs, and she's going to try to make it to the Super Bowl. However, she's performing in Japan the night before, okay? Do you guys remember how this very year started? Do you remember how this year started, guys? What happened at the very first day of the year in the year 2024? What happened? Does anyone in the chat know? Tell me in the chat what happened on the first day. What was the big story of the first day of 2024? What was it? Okay. I'll wait a minute, see if people know what I'm getting at here. Yep, exactly. Thank you, Birdie. It was an earthquake in Japan. Where is Taylor Swift flying from to be at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas? Where is she flying from? She's going to be flying from Japan, okay? And I didn't even put two and two together until just now. And so there's a reason why she's going to be in Japan before she goes to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, okay? This year is about a big earthquake coming, guys. I'm telling you, this is so clear. I don't know if it's going to be on the Super Bowl, guys. I'm not saying there's going to be an earthquake on the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is that sometime this year, there's going to be an earthquake. So Swift needs to come from Japan to the Super Bowl, and Japan started the year with an earthquake. So here it was, the January 1st, 2024 earthquake in Japan. And this is what started our year off, okay? Japan is connected to the bombs. I've already connected the bombs in my decode about the raven, the bomb, and the bowl, okay? Go back and watch that video. But what causes the earthquakes a lot of times? A bomb underground, okay? A lot of these earthquakes are not natural, guys. A bomb underground. So this also connects to my decode about nuclear weapons. This is all tied to earthquakes being caused by bombs underground. I'm telling you, this is the plan at some point this year, okay? Now, Japan is huge because they're the ones that got bombed, okay? When did Japan get bombed? They got bombed on 8/6, okay? 8/6, 1945, they got bombed. Notice that Taylor Swift has to go from Tokyo, okay? She has to go from Tokyo, which equals 86, okay? And she has to go to Las Vegas, which equals 86, right? So just get a load of what I'm showing you here, okay? What are the chances that Taylor Swift has to go from Las Vegas to Tokyo, and Tokyo got bombed on 8/6, and there was an earthquake in the very first day of the year, this year, in Japan? They're telling us something's coming, guys. Las Vegas to Tokyo. She's bringing the quake. And that brings me to my perfectly into my presentation, guys. Why does that bring me perfectly into my presentation? Because I've put so many clear connections here that no one can doubt this. All right. Remember, last year, Taylor Swift was responsible for earthquakes called the Swift Quake. Okay. So if you didn't think what I just connected was already enough, remember, last year they already told us, they already made a connection between Taylor Swift and earthquakes. Her fans were so loud at her Seattle event in Lumen Field on July 22nd and 23rd that they made an earthquake. Okay. It's called the Swift Quake, right? And the reason that this day is important, let me go back over to the date duration so you guys can see. Hold on. So the Swift Quake was on July 23rd, okay? And the Super Bowl is on the 42nd day of the year. So just let me bring all this together for you guys. I want you guys to notice what Japan equals. What Japan equals in gematria. Remember, we had an earthquake at the very first day of the year. Japan equals 42. The Super Bowl is on the 42nd day of the year, okay? Now, the earthquake, the Swift Quake, where her fans shook the stadium so heavily, was on the 204th day of the year last year, which is the reverse of the 42. 204 is like 24, right? Which is a mirror of the number 42, okay? Like female, okay, equals 42 and 24, the reflection, okay? This is a big connection. Also, as far as the number 204, this is all connected to cryptocurrency, okay? If I can spell. Crypto, I cannot spell today for some reason. You guys know how to spell crypto. Cryptocurrency equals 204, okay? The Swift Quake was on the 204th day of the year, and 204 days later is the Super Bowl. You guys see this? The Swift Quake on 204, 204 days later is the 42 day. This all ties back to cryptocurrency. It ties back to female, which equals 4224. Japan, where the first earthquake was this year, 42, okay? And so this is a huge connection to what I'm about ready to show you in my whole presentation. I haven't even gotten to the presentation yet, okay? But again, I just wanted to go back and show you the Swift Quake and how it's tied to Taylor Swift needing to go from Japan to Las Vegas, because remember, the year started out in Japan with an earthquake. Now, her famous song is called Shake It Off, which is, I believe, a clear reference to an earthquake, which shakes the ground. Shake it off, right? And what's interesting, guys, is what got me really looking at this earthquake scenario the other day was I'm here in Germany right now, guys, okay? And my girlfriend came to me on the day that the Chiefs and the 49ers were playing to earn their spots to the Super Bowl. And she told me something interesting. She said, guess what the German TV network is airing today on live television? They're airing the movie San Andreas. And I believe it was the first time they've aired this movie on German television, at least on this channel. And they just happened to be airing a show the same day the 49ers and Chiefs won about an earthquake in San Francisco. It's the San Andreas Fault, guys, California, okay? This movie came out in 2015. And as I wrote down there at the bottom, I said the same day the Chiefs and 49ers advanced to the Super Bowl in Germany, they were showing the San Andreas movie, okay? This is huge, guys. Germany is a huge mind control country. But I mean, the fact that they're sharing this, they're playing this movie the same day that San Francisco is making it to the Super Bowl is not a coincidence, okay? So with that being said, let's get into the juice of the meat of this presentation. This is all about the year 1989, guys. I have to take you back, okay? I have to take you back to the year 1989. Why? Why that year? Well, first of all, Taylor Swift was born that year, okay? 1989, December 13th. Her on-screen boyfriend, Travis Kelce, was also born in 1989. So it's obvious that they're pointing you to that year because both characters they're using on the mainstream are born in 1989. Now, remember, there was an earthquake in 1989 in California near San Francisco, okay? It was called the Loma Prieta earthquake, and it happened on October 17th. So only a few days before Taylor Swift was born, and only a few days after Travis Kelce was born. So right in the middle of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, there was a freaking earthquake, guys. Okay? In 1989. They're pointing you once again to the earthquakes, okay? Now, San Francisco's in the Super Bowl. This earthquake in 1989 occurred in San Francisco. Also, what happened in 1989 was President Gerald Ford gave a speech about the first female president. This all ties to Kamala Harris, the earthquake, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, all 1989, okay? And I'm about ready to lay out to you a timeline of how this year is scripted and how it's telling us how it's connected to this year. First of all, Gerald Ford's speech about a first female president was in 1989. It was 24 hours after the earthquake in San Francisco, okay? Gerald Ford gives a speech about a female president 24 hours after a San Francisco earthquake. Where was Kamala Harris coming up from? She came up from San Francisco, guys, okay? Gerald Ford was this. Kamala Harris is so tightly tied to this that it's impossible that this is not talking about her, okay? She's the only one that's from San Francisco. She's the only one that's in the current situation. She's in the situation that Gerald Ford described in his speech, okay? On 10/18, he spoke about the first female president. A day earlier, there was an earthquake, okay? Now, the broadcast of his speech didn't air until 12/3. I'm going to get to that. Just notice it says that the creation date of the broadcast of Gerald Ford was on 11/20, okay? 11/20 is Joe Biden's birthday. So Joe Biden is perfectly tied to this. And Kamala Harris's birthday is October 20th, okay? So this earthquake in 1989 happened 3 days before Kamala Harris's birthday. It happened 12 days after Travis Kelce was born. And it happened just days before Taylor Swift was born, okay? So I'm going to bring all these dates into a timeline so it's easier to understand, okay? So just watch this timeline, guys, all right? Now, this is the most important slide in the whole decode. So just try to grasp what I'm showing you here. So you have October 5th, 1989. Travis Kelce is born. 12 days later, October 17th, 1989, there was an earthquake during the World Series, guys. There was an earthquake during the World Series, and the teams playing is Oakland and San Francisco. The impossibility. Kamala was born in Oakland. She grew up in San Francisco and was the DA in San Francisco. And this happened at the World Series, guy. This was known as the World Series earthquake, okay? This was 12 days after Travis Kelce was born, okay? 12 days. The next day, Gerald Ford is giving a speech about a female president, okay? And he gave his speech not too far from Kansas City. I mean, he gave his speech in Iowa, which is not so far from Kansas City. I mean, it's not. I know it's not in the same place, but it's not far from there. It's in the heartland, right? The next day, or 2 days later, is Kamala Harris's 25th birthday, okay? A few days after that, or a month after that, is Biden's 47th birthday. Now, remember, if Kamala was to replace Biden, she would become the 47th president. So Gerald Ford gave a speech about Kamala being the 47th president when Biden was turning 47. Do you guys see the mockery here? Now, this is the air date. December 3rd, 1989 was the air date of Ford's speech about a female president. December 3rd. This was 10 days before Taylor Swift was born on December 13th, 1989. And what's even crazier about this is Taylor Swift's album, 1989, was released on October 27th. This date, October 27th, also falls in this timeline. Now, I get it, guys. This album was released in 2014. However, if you were to take the date that this album was released and put it on this timeline, it would fall between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. All right. So the reason that I have Travis Kelce over here and Taylor Swift over here is because all the events happened in between their birthdays in 1989. Okay. And it all connects to Kamala. All right. So just understand that this is impossible. What I'm showing you is just so tight, all right? And it blew my mind, right? So here's where I go into the depths of this. So the first thing that we need to look at here is the earthquake in 1989 in San Francisco was on October 17th. If you go 58 days later, because this year is Super Bowl 58, okay, and Swift equals 58. If you go 58 days from the earthquake in 1989, well, there's Taylor Swift. She was born 58 days after the earthquake, and her name, Swift, equals 58. The earthquake is going to come swiftly for a lot of people who are not ready, okay? Just like Taylor Swift is going to have to swiftly go from Japan to Las Vegas, and Japan just had an earthquake this year, okay? And Taylor Swift had the Swift Quakes, okay? So the chances of this being so tight with the 58 is impossible. Now, this is where it gets good. So I laid out all these dates for you, and now I'm going to show you how it's all perfectly scripted with the numbers, all right? First of all, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, was born on 10/5/1989. His date numerology is 10 plus 5 plus 19 plus 89 equals 123, okay? Later that year, on December 3rd, which is 123, they aired the episode of Gerald Ford talking about the first female president, okay? They aired that episode on 123, kind of like Travis Kelce was born on 123 date numerology. And this day also had 123 date numerology. 12 plus 3 plus 19 plus 89 equals 123. Okay? If you go from Kamala Harris's birthday, October 20th, to Taylor Swift's birthday, you get 1 month and 23 days, which is like the number 123. Okay? Why is that important? Why the 123, guys? Because 123 is the gematria of Kamala. Do you guys see how the 123? Okay? Do you guys see how the 123 is connected to Kamala throughout this whole thing? I mean, if you guys need to pause the video or go back and watch this, do it, because this is improbable. Also, I want to mention something. From Kamala's birth date, October 20th, 1964, to Taylor Swift's birth date on December 13th, which can be written 1312, it's exactly or almost 1312 weeks. So from the birth of Kamala Harris to 1312, when Taylor Swift was born, was 1312 weeks. How's this? This is impossible. I mean, come on now. And it's got the same numbers as the 123 that I was just showing you. Okay. Again, Kamala equals 123. Taylor Swift was born 1 month and 23 days after Kamala's 25th birthday. All right. Travis Kelce, born on 123 date numerology. Gerald Ford's speech of a female president airs on 123, had 123 date numerology. Again, all pointing to this perfect timeline. Okay. And again, this is all connected to this earthquake that happened in between this. And remember, this is Oakland versus San Francisco. Remember, the Oakland Raiders were the original football team in Oakland. They just moved to Vegas, guys. So the Oakland has a connection to Vegas because Oakland just moved to Vegas. The Super Bowl is going to be played in Oakland, in the former Oakland Raiders stadium. They now play in Vegas, right? And now you have San Fran, who's in the Super Bowl. Okay. And the earthquake happened in this same area. So just so you guys can understand how this is all tied together, not only was this all tied to San Francisco, but guess who won the Super Bowl in 1989? Who won the Super Bowl in 1989? It was the San Francisco 49ers. Okay? And they beat the Bengals from Ohio, and Travis Kelce's from Ohio, so there's a connection there to Ohio. But what I'm saying is, I know I'm sorry I'm missing the chat, guys, because I'm trying to present the info, but I promise I'm gonna go back and rewatch the stream. I know there's a lot of people sharing some great info. Please hit the like button right now. Let's get this information out to as many people as possible. Let's share. This is on point, okay? And it's going to get even more mind-blowing. So please hit the like button if you guys are in here now and help me get my likes up, and I appreciate the support. Anyway, back to this this 1989. San Francisco 49ers won the Super Bowl, same year Taylor Swift was born, okay? The World Series in 1989 was when the earthquake happened. I just told you about that. So there's an earthquake at the World Series in 1989, and then San Francisco won in 1989 in the Super Bowl. Now, the champion of this game was Oakland. Okay, now Oakland is where Kamala Harris is from. And again, I told you the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's Kamala Devi Harris is from Oakland. She was the DA in San Francisco. The Oakland and San Francisco both won in 1989. Okay. Now, the Oakland Raiders are relocated to Las Vegas. The Super Bowl this year, in Super Bowl 58, is in Las Vegas, the home of the Raiders, who are no longer in Oakland, but they're now in Las Vegas. Now, here's another connection, guys. The Oakland Raiders were founded as a charter team, but they ended up. So here's the connection to Kansas City. So hopefully you guys can follow this. The Oakland Athletics, which is the baseball team that won the Super Bowl or the World Series in 1989, they moved from Kansas City. So there's your Kansas City connection. The Oakland Athletics, the baseball team, were originally in Kansas City, and they moved to Oakland, just like Oakland football just moved to Vegas. Okay. So hopefully you guys understand this. I tried to make it as clear as possible. So trying to make it as clear as possible, but all these teams are tied together. San Francisco, Oakland, Las Vegas, and Kansas City. That's why these two teams are in it. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are saying that the script was flipped, but I don't think so. This is too perfect for the script to have been flipped. This is all planned. That's why Taylor Swift was added to the Chiefs earlier this year. We shouldn't have needed any other clue other than Taylor Swift being added to the Chiefs. Okay. And San Francisco is highly connected to this. All right. So what other connections does the 1989 Super Bowl have with this year's Super Bowl? Well, first of all, this year's Super Bowl is in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is known for Elvis impersonators. Okay. The halftime show in 1989 was an Elvis impersonator. Okay. An Elvis impersonator called Elvis Presto. Big shout out to Jurassic Liars for his connections to Elvis. But anyways, Elvis impersonator performs at the 1989 Super Bowl, which San Francisco wins. And now in 2024, you have the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, the land of the Elvis impersonators. And Elvis is known for marrying people in Las Vegas. You can get married by Elvis, okay, in Las Vegas, right? And the Super Bowl halftime performer this year is named Usher. And a wedding has ushers, okay? So I'm going to get into the whole wedding thing maybe in another video, but this is all tied to a wedding. I would not be surprised if Taylor Swift gets engaged at this Super Bowl. Okay, I would not be surprised if that happens because it's all connected to Elvis and Las Vegas, who marries people. Okay, so the next slide, I'm going to go into a wrestling thing. So you guys know WWE wrestling is tied with the NFL. They're always tying this stuff together. So I want to go back to the end of last year when this WWE wrestler named Shotzi, okay. Her name is Shotzi, like shooting a gun. She got married in Las Vegas by Elvis, and she got married to a guy named Jesus. Okay, so let me just point this out, how crazy mockery this is. Or not mockery, maybe, but just like crazy. Okay, so the women's wrestler Shotzi is from Santa Clara, which is near San Francisco. She gets married in Vegas at the end of 2023. The WWE video of her getting married by Elvis impersonator, the guy she's marrying is named Jesus. Okay? She was born 2 years and 92 days after Taylor Swift, and she was born on the 292nd day of the year, or the day leaving 292 days in the year. She was born 292 after Taylor Swift. Remember, I already made all the connections to Taylor Swift. This girl is perfectly connected to Taylor Swift with the 292. Okay? She was born in Santa Clara, which is near Oakland and San Francisco and San Jose. And she's getting married in she's getting married in Las Vegas by Elvis, and she's getting married, to Jesus, right? Do you understand this? This is crazy. Like, it's just, I don't know. Wait till you see more about this Shotzi character, first of all. I believe that this is a reference to an assassination, someone getting shot, maybe possibly Trump, or maybe even Biden. I don't know. So another thing to mention here is that Shotzi was born exactly 10,007 days after Kamala. Okay. The reason that number is important is because 10,007 is the 1230 prime number. Well, that connects you right back to Kamala. And I talked about the 123. Kamala equals 123. Shotzi was born 123 prime after Kamala. Okay. And they're born in the same area, Santa Clara and Oakland. So again, if you guys go watch the video of them getting married in Las Vegas, okay, they say it was perfect. Elvis was amazing. Okay. They were talking about Elvis this whole video, which again, big shout out to Garo, Jurassic Liars on YouTube. This is an clear Elvis ritual here. All right. Also connected to Kamala and Obama and Trump, all these people. Okay. I have 123 in the chat. So thanks Google for giving me the 123 as I'm talking about the 123. As always. I mean, I swear they do this, guys. I swear they do this. They're always putting that in the chat I'm talking about the number. It's crazy. All right, so let's talk more about Taylor Swift. The 1989, okay. Gerald Ford did his first female president speech in 1989, just days before Swift was born. She released her album 1989, Taylor's version, last year on October 27th. From the release date of Taylor's version 1989 to the Super Bowl is 15 weeks and 2 days. Why is that important? Well, 15-2 is 152. Female president, 152. Kamala Devi Harris, 152. Okay, perfectly scripted, 152. From Taylor's version, as in Kamala Harris was predicted in 1989 by Gerald Ford, 1989, right here. Okay, 152, like Kamala Devi Harris, and female president. Okay, perfect. Now let's talk more about the 152 because I posted this in my community section before the games were even over on last Sunday. I posted that they were flashing the number 152 multiple times during the Chiefs game. Why were they flashing the number 152, guys? Well, I'm going to read what I wrote here. I'm sitting here in Germany watching the Chiefs and Ravens game live, and at least 5 times I've seen the number 152 manifest. First, to start the game, they showed Travis Kelce, who could pass the receiver Jerry Rice for catches with 152. Okay. Then they showed it again when Kelce passed. Remember, Kelce is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, by the way. He passed Jerry Rice with 152. Okay. Then they stopped the clock on 4th down with 1 minute and 52 seconds left. And then Patrick Mahomes proceeded to throw for 152 yards, and they had to make sure to put that on the screen. He then stayed on 152 yards for a bit, so I screenshot this. Why 152, you might ask? Because Patrick Mahomes equals 152, like Kamala Devi Harris, like female president, like Joe Biden, all 152. The Chiefs is a reference to the commander-in-chief, okay? Both are commander-in-chiefs right now. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have the 152 in their gematria. Patrick Mahomes is the captain or the chief of the Chiefs. He equals 152, okay? That's why this number was flashing throughout the whole game, okay? I saw it 5-6 times at least. This is a huge number. I'm going to talk more about this number right now. Why is this number so important for a date coming up, okay? Well, that's because Lupercalia is on the 15th of February, which is a date written 152, okay? Just like the number I just showed you back here with Mahomes and Kamala, okay? Lupercalia is the festival originally known as Febua. It's called purifications or purgings, okay? Lupercalia is basically about purging the city, purifying. It's about fertility, which is about women, right? The name Lupercalia was believed in antiquity to have connections to the ancient Greek festival. Anyway, the statue of Lupercalia, the cave where tradition held the Romulus and Remus were suckled by a she-wolf. Okay, so again, they're referencing a female wolf. Okay, so the founding of Rome was all about a she-wolf and having twins who founded Rome. Okay, So that's the importance of Lupercalia that's on 152. If you go from the first day that Joe Biden began falling on the steps of Air Force One, March 19, 2021, you go 152 weeks later, it lands you exactly on the date 152. Remember, Joe Biden equals 152. Okay? If you go from Patrick Mahomes' last birthday, remember Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback of the Chiefs, who equals 152. If you go from his last birthday, 152 days later, you get February 15th, 152. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, 152. And why am I connecting this to Patrick Mahomes? Well, the mascot for the Kansas City Chiefs is the KC Wolf, kind of like Lupercalia is named after Lupus or the wolf. Okay, notice the same colors, the red and the wolf, the KC Wolf. All right. So I'll just read this quick. Remember, there's two girls in history who were fed by wolves. They're called Amala and Kamala. This perfectly syncs with Kamala again, guys. I told you that Shotzi, I just exposed to you the wrestler Shotzi a few slides back, okay? She got married in Vegas. She's connected to Kamala, right? So Shotzi is known for her wolf howl. Again, this woman is hugely connected to this whole thing. She's known for howling like a wolf, okay? And again, Kamala in history was raised by wolves. Rome was founded by two twins who were suckled by a wolf, and the Kansas City Chiefs have the wolf as their mascot. Okay, all connecting perfectly to the 152, which is the date. Okay, so again, that's why the Kansas City Chiefs are in this, guys. I didn't even know their mascot was the wolf. If I would have known that before, I would have been all over the Kansas City Chiefs, guys, because this wolf is big. Because Lupercalia, I think Valentine's Day and Lupercalia 15/2 is going to be a very interesting time. If nothing happens at the Super Bowl, really look out for those dates, okay? Now, let's see more predictive programming for this Super Bowl and maybe an earthquake in the San Francisco area. So just one day before the Chiefs and 49ers advanced to the Super Bowl, you had WWE performing their big show called Royal Rumble, okay? Royal Rumble is where a bunch of wrestlers wrestle to have an opportunity to go to WrestleMania. Well, the woman that won this Royal Rumble was named Bayley. Okay, now Bayley is a reference to the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, which includes San Jose, San Francisco, and Oakland, right? Remember, Kamala Harris is from Oakland. Shotzi's from Santa Clara. All these people I've talked about are connected to this Bay Area. Now, that's why Bayley, the female, Bayley, or she's probably not really a female, but Bayley won the Royal Rumble, okay? She was born in 1989, the same year as Taylor Swift, okay? So Taylor Swift born in 1989 and Bayley born in 1989. Travis Kelce born in 1989. Kamala Harris was foreshadowed in 1989 by Gerald Ford, okay? Now look at the name gematria of Pamela Rose Martinez, the name of Bayley. 211, like the Super Bowl's on 211, 85 in the same cipher as National Football League, and 104, just like this is the 104th NFL season, okay? So Bayley was the perfect person because she's born in 1989, she's born in the Bay Area, and she has the perfect gematria to go with the Super Bowl this year, okay? And again, there's so much here to talk about, guys. I'm sure that there's a lot of people adding so much in the chat right now that I've missed, okay? But I'm going to go back and watch this and see what you guys said. And I'm not even done. So I made all these connections, right? To Lupercalia, to Kamala Harris, to Patrick Mahomes, to Joe Biden, to the female president, to the earthquake, okay? Remember, if you guys missed the earlier stream about the earthquake, you got to go back and watch because this is this earthquake that happened in 1989, okay? It's all tied to Elvis. It's all tied to Obama. It's all tied to Kamala. I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right. So, everyone keeps telling me it's going to be Michelle Obama, but Michelle Obama could become a president, but I don't think she's going to be the first female president. I really think that Kamala Harris is the narrative. Again, if you guys didn't watch this whole timeline part, you got to understand how perfectly Kamala Harris is lined up with the Gerald Ford speech about a female president and the earthquake. Okay, it's right here. Go back and watch it so you guys can understand. All right. This timeline thing is the most important slide. So if you guys need to pause it here and understand what I'm showing you, I would do that. Okay. Again, Taylor Swift equals 58. Swift equals 58. She was born 58 days after the earthquake in 1989. And again, here's the timeline that you guys can go back and reference. And again, here's the speech, Gerald Ford saying there will be a female president, and the female president will come after the male president dies. Okay, he says this. He says the only way that there will be a female president, the first one, will be when a female is elected as vice president and the male president dies, which means the female steps in to replace him. That's not Michelle right now. That's Kamala right now. So if Kamala doesn't end up being president, then maybe we'll look at Michelle if she gets elected as somebody's vice president, right? But right now, Kamala Harris is in the very position that Gerald Ford spoke of. And again, I talked about in the beginning of this stream, I talked about how Taylor Swift needs to rush from Japan to Vegas to be at the Super Bowl for her boyfriend. Okay. And Taylor Swift was involved in the Swift Quake. And the very first day of the year this year was the earthquake in Japan. Okay. And that's why she's flying from Japan to Las Vegas. Okay. It's all about the earthquake symbolism. Now let's talk about Kamala, because this is so tight that you guys have to know this. Okay. Now disregard this Ripple XRP thing, because I haven't even talked about Ripple XRP, but this is tied to the cryptocurrency narrative and the shots. And you know how Elon Musk just announced today that you can input chips in someone's brain? Okay, well, this is tied to cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is going to be how these things work. Okay. And Las Vegas is about money. Okay. And this is all about money. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So anyways, Kamala Harris became, so the Super Bowl is on the 42nd day of the year, right? Kamala Harris was the first woman with presidential power in 2021 on the day leaving 42 days in the year. If you go from the day that she had 85 minutes of power on the day leaving 42 days. If you go from the anniversary of her 85 minutes to the Super Bowl 58, it's 85 days. And both days are the 42. Do you see it? 42nd day of the year, 42 days left in the year, and there's 85 days in between those. Kamala Harris was president for 85 minutes. Okay? And it's Super Bowl 58, which is the reflection of 85. Okay? But why is this 42 so important? Well, because Kamala equals 42, guys, like female. Okay? Now, this is what takes the cake. So Kamala, remember, in the book of Revelation, the beast has to reign for 42 months. Kamala was selected as VP on August 11th, 2020. That means the Super Bowl on the 42nd day of 2024 is exactly 42 months after number 4 of Kamala, who equals 42, was selected as vice president. Do you see how tight this is? Kamala 42 months exactly to the 42nd day of the year, and she had presidential power on the 42 days left in the year. It's all connected to this 42. Notice that down here in the Chaldean cipher, San Francisco equals 42. Kamala Devi Harris, 42. She was the DA for San Francisco. Okay, Kamala was. Ripple XRP, I'm going to get that at in a minute, because they're based out of San Francisco. Cryptocurrency, Ripple XRP, based out of San Francisco, where Kamala was DA. Okay, all equals 42. Like the beast needs to reign for 42 months. The V word equals 42. Okay, I just made a connection to Kamala and a wrestler named Shotzi. Well, we're talking about shots, right? So again, this is too perfect. 42 months exactly after Kamala was selected. The Super Bowl on 42. And her name equals 42. All right. So now we need to know why is this connected to cryptocurrency? If you guys don't know what this is called the Swift system. This is a money moving system that moves money from bank to bank. It's the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, SWIFT. Okay. Like Taylor Swift. Okay, the Super Bowl is in Las Vegas. Super Bowl 58 is in Las Vegas, Nevada, which equals 58. like Swift equals 58. I told you, Ripple XRP is the cryptocurrency based out of San Francisco, equals 58, like Swift. Okay. Las Vegas also has the 122, like San Francisco and like Kansas City, like Pope Francis also equals 122, like Satanic also equals 122. Okay. I'm kind of going backwards here. I shouldn't be. Let me actually start from the right place here. Hold on. All right, so again, we're talking about Swift and XRP, right? The reason that in my decode on my thumbnail, I put the XRP logo and the Swift logo is because these are perfectly synced. Remember, XRP is predicted to challenge Swift and could surge to 10,000, which I don't believe is going to happen. However, XRP and Swift have a very close connection. All right, they're fighting against each other. XRP is the cryptocurrency that moves money between banks. Swift is the old system. The system that we've been using for many years is the Swift system. XRP is trying to replace the Swift system. Okay. XRP is based out of San Francisco. Taylor Swift is on the Chiefs. Do you see the narrative, guys? It's the Chiefs versus San Francisco, or Ripple versus Swift. Okay. And it's in Super Bowl 58. Like XRP and Swift both equal 58. Like Pope Francis, 58. Like Las Vegas, Nevada, 58. Also, notice that if you take the two names of the stars right now, Kelsey and Swift, you also get the 58. But you also get almost a direct match to the word mainstream. And this whole charade with Kelsey and Swift is all about getting the mainstream all suckered in, right? And what a coincidence that Kelsey and Swift is a match to mainstream in 3 out of 4 ciphers. Also a match to Kobe Bryant in a few ciphers, by the way. But I'm not going to bring Kobe up because I don't want to veer off too much here. So anyways, Swift and XRP. So a few days ago, I was on Twitter and I realized, or X, whatever you want to call it. Remember, Elon Musk trains Twitter to X, like XRP, like we're in the year of the X eclipse. Like this is the X year, 24 is the X is the 24th letter. Okay. So this is a cryptocurrency exchange and they put out a riddle because the XRP community is known to solve riddles. Okay. XRP has a community on Twitter that solves riddles. Okay. And this cryptocurrency exchange called Gemini, they came out with a riddle. It said, in the land of giants, I'm swift and small. Now, this was before the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers made it to the Super Bowl, by the way. This was before that. In the land of giants, I'm swift and small. When I run, I don't stall. Across borders, I freely roam. In markets near and far from home. What am I? They said they will post the answer in 24 hours. Kind of like X is the 24th letter. We're in the year 24. So what a joke that they post. They'll post it in 24 hours. And then they posted later, X arriving shortly. Excited about XRP. Okay, so they were baiting these riddlers online. And I'm about the only one that I think that got this riddle because I saw right through what they were doing. Okay. So what does this mean? In the land of giants? Well, the Giants play in San Francisco. Do you guys know what the baseball team is for San Francisco? It's the San Francisco Giants, okay? I'm swift and small. This is a reference to Taylor Swift and the Swift system, okay, which I talked about in the last slide, the Swift system, okay? Now, remember, XRP is from San Francisco, but this whole riddle was about XRP, okay? Replacing Swift. I'm swift and small. When I run, I don't stall. Across borders. This is all about cross-border payments. Okay. Why is the X important to cross-border payments? Because the X represents no borders. Okay. They're crossing out the borders. There's no more borders. Money can be sent freely around the world with no country. You know, it's no longer borderless. It's all borderless now. Okay. Now, Gemini, again, this is the company that posted the riddle. They're a cryptocurrency bank. Okay. Notice that Ripple was founded by a guy named Ryan Fugger, and I'm going to show you how he matches perfectly with San Francisco. So here's the riddle, guys. In the land of giants, remember, the San Francisco Giants, right? They posted this riddle on 122, kind of like riddle equals 122, and they posted it on 122, okay? Now notice, the founder of XRP is Ryan Fugger, which equals 122. And they posted excited. Gemini posted the word excited. If you combine the word Gemini is excited with the X, it equals 122, like the founder of XRP, the starter of XRP. Okay. Now, the land of giants equals 122, like San Francisco. Okay. And this is all about San Francisco. And the founder of Ripple is based out of San Francisco, equals 122. Pope Francis equals 122. Okay. San Francisco is named after Francis of Assisi, and we have Pope Francis. Okay. So this is all connected by the 122. Now, what's even more crazy about this is this riddle was posted on 122, which is the 1 year anniversary of the rabbit year. Well, look at the gematria of rabbit, pope, and riddle. Riddle, rabbit, and pope all equal 52 in the same cipher. Okay. This is all connected to San Francisco, Pope Francis, XRP, San Francisco, all connected by this number. And of course, riddle also has the 122. Okay. So a huge number. So here I am out here decoding Twitter posts. Okay, I'm here decoding the Super Bowl, and I'm decoding Twitter posts, and I think I'm hitting it spot on. You have all these other decoders on Twitter trying to decode this, and I'm like, you guys missed the complete point here. You know, this is all tied to the Pope, San Francisco, XRP. You know, so here's another connection. So the rabbit year is about ready to end, right? And a few years ago, The Economist posted down the rabbit hole, and it had a bunch of cryptocurrencies jumping down a hole. So this is a reference to a market crash, but there's a coin that's jumping down the hole that you can't see what it is, and the rest of the coins are going to follow it, right? So this is all connected because this riddle by Gemini, it was exactly 52 weeks after the rabbit year started, okay? And in gematria, rabbit equals 52, like riddle, okay? And it was 5 weeks and 2 days after Pope Francis's birthday, and Pope equals 52. And it was 2 weeks and 5 days till the rabbit year ends. Rabbit equals 25, okay? So they posted this riddle perfectly to go with the rabbit year and Pope Francis, okay? And just notice, guys, that from XRP's all-time high price, which is connected to this, it was the 47 square, kind of like rabbit equals 47, Ripple Labs, which made XRP equals 47. So yeah, this isn't as important as the beginning of this, but I really wanted to tie all this together because it's not just about the earthquakes and Taylor Swift. It's about the money and the Swift system and the banks. Don't be surprised if we have a banking collapse this year, okay? So yeah, I mean, again, just so you guys can understand the connection between Ripple and Swift, they're kind of going against each other, and how Gemini was baiting us. And this is how it works, guys. You can send, you don't have to pay fees to send throughout the world, basically. Okay. So anyways, I think that's it. I want to go cover one more thing about the about what happened last Sunday. So remember, guys, I told you about this, how they were flashing the 152 during the game there. Okay. Go back and watch that part of the stream. But I wanted to point out that the Super Bowl halftime performer at the 49ers game, or he at the 49ers championship game before they made it to the Super Bowl, it was Luis Fonsi, who equals 49. He was wearing the 49 jersey, and the 49ers ended up winning so they can go to Las Vegas, which equals 49, and they can play in the Super Bowl, which equals 49. Like Antichrist equals 49, like Kamala Harris equals 49, Revelation equals 49. Big number. Pentagram equals 49, the satanic symbol. So much connected with the 49. But yeah, I think that's actually my presentation, guys. So that's it. So what do you guys think? Let me go into the chat. I know that was a long one, but I had a lot to share. And if you guys missed the beginning, you guys need to go back and catch the most important part of the stream is at the beginning. Okay, so if you guys missed that, go back and watch it. So what are you guys saying in the chat? I see Captain Flatastic is still in the chat. Much love to you. I hope you're doing good. Thank you guys for watching. Got 161 in the chat. Please, if you guys would, hit the like button and get this stream up to 100 likes before we end it. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, please consider going to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is posted at the top of this. Um, I just want to bring this up, guys, because I made a post earlier today about my Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys want to support me with a monthly membership, I just got monthly memberships up and running. You guys can support for only $1 a month. So if I can get 100 people to support $1 a month, that would really help me out a lot. Okay. And I will be posting sneak peeks and I will be doing private live streams in this Discord if you guys would like to support. Okay. So it's no need to do so, but I'm just saying that I just set this up and I want to get more people so I can start doing private live streams for the people who donate because they deserve, extra work from me. So that's why I want to reward them. But right now I only have 6 people in the subscribers. So if you guys want to support, this is how you can do so. $1 a month. Very, very, I don't want to make it expensive for anyone. Okay. I know everyone's struggling. So not everyone, but I know it's hard times. So thank you guys so much for that. And again, if you guys missed the stream, please go back and watch. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, yeah, Captain Flatastic, I hope your chemo is doing okay. I'm glad you're at least feeling okay. I know it's a tough situation, but I'm thinking of you and praying for you and sending a lot of well wishes your way. Everyone in the chat, just be sending well wishes to Captain Flatastic. I just want to make sure that everyone gets the wishes they need. So, Joseph Aquaviva, I saw he was in the chat earlier. Big shout out to him. He was posting stuff. Also, at the end of my videos, I will also be posting all the links to the channels that I learned from in my, my links in my video. I'll be posting all the channels that I learned from, like Joseph Aquaviva 222. So make sure you guys go check that out after the stream's over, so you guys can subscribe to all those channels. So much love to you all. Yes, I do hold a bit of XRP, in case you guys are wondering. But if they end up having it connected to some sort of chip that I have to implant in me, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Right now you can use it without that, but I ain't messing around with no chips. It's not a coincidence, guys, that Elon Musk is coming out right now talking about putting chips in people. Okay. So go check out Joseph's live stream earlier today about the chip. He did a good. I'm not going to really do that decode here, but go check out his stream, Joseph Aquaviva 2222. He talked about Elon Musk, and the brain chip. It's just crazy. Apparently, the brain chip can read your mind and tell you what you're thinking. How is that even possible? I don't understand how that's even possible. Again, guys, I started out the stream talking about this earthquake. I wanted to once again point out that Taylor Swift needs to be making her way swiftly from Tokyo to Las Vegas, man. What a joke, And Tokyo and Las Vegas have a gematria match. Also, Tokyo and Las Vegas have the 49, like Super Bowl. I talked about the 49. Remember, we have the 49ers in the Super Bowl. But again, just the mockery or just the sheer, like, people, how can people miss this stuff, I mean, what a joke that she has to rush from Tokyo to Las Vegas to the Super Bowl. All equals 49, and it's the 49ers, playing in the Super Bowl. Kamala Harris is the 49th VP. I already showed you all Taylor Swift's connections with Kamala. Okay. So they've been calculating the numbers to see if Taylor Swift can make it on time. Notice that her concert is the first day of the Dragon Year. Her concert in Japan. I saw that KJ Malone. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but big shout out to him. He's been giving some awesome decodes. I saw that he was sharing some stuff in the chat. If you're still in the chat, KJ Malone, please let me know. I know he'll probably post stuff also in the Just always make sure you check my comments, guys. KJ Malone 17 is always posting great information. He's an amazing decoder. Joseph's usually also in the comments posting great stuff. So always make sure to check the comments on my videos for other people sharing stuff. And thank you once again, Shy, for the donations she's given. She's been very helpful. She's been blessing me so much. I'm so grateful for her. So thank you, Shy. Mike Smith says Joseph and Cody live stream. Yeah, me and Joseph are going to have to do that. Just whenever he's ready, whenever we can pin down a date. We should do a live stream. That's if Joseph wants to. Also, I want to bring other people on here. I'd like to bring on the Illusion. You guys know the Illusion. Maybe one day I'd like to bring him on. I'd like to collab with anyone who wants to collab and come on the stream. Considering that you're mentioning about the paperless, so last night in WWE, guys, there was a wrestler named R-Truth, and he literally said crypto, and then he said he's going to turn your cash into crypto. I know that was a quick synopsis of what happened, but I'm just saying that they're telling us right now what's coming. Cashless society, right? Oh, hey, Chris Holding. How you doing, bro? Nice to see you in the chat. Big shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. He was on my live stream one time. Chris was. Just trying to see anyone else who might be in the chat. Maximilian, nice to see you. I also want to give a big shout out to all the new subscribers. I've gotten like 300 subscribers in the last week, guys. I got a shout out from Donut. Okay, so you guys know Donut's channel, Donut Factory. I got a shout out from him, and then my subscribers just started jumping up. I didn't even know that he shouted me out. So I want to give a big shout out to him and a big thank you to him for pointing more people my way. Thank you to Joseph also for the shout outs. He helps me out a lot. Yeah, so I got a shout out, and then I started noticing my subscriber count was just climbing, and I was like, what? I didn't even post a video, you know? But I want to give a much love to all the new people, and thank you for subscribing and coming to my channel. Yeah, hit the like button, as Donut would say, the like button. Hit that like button. 164 in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Rick James, big shout out to you. You're always in the chat, sharing links and sharing great info. So big shout out to you. Is there anything else that anyone wants to talk about? Any questions that anyone has to share? Again, guys, I'll bring up my most important slide of this decode so you guys can see it. So the new people in the chat can understand what they want to go back and watch, because so anything else, guys? CMG, you're saying, do you think Gary will correct this year? Gato? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Garo. Oh, yeah, Garo from Jurassic Liars. To me personally, yes. I think if there's any year that the Elvis event, the Seattle event on 6/11 that he talks about, I think this is definitely the year. I've seen too many clues to go with. I mean, I can't even go over them all here. Maybe I'll have to make a whole video about Jurassic Liars connections, because I've seen so much connected to that I can't overlook it. So thank you guys for the 101 likes. I got over 100 during the live stream. That's amazing. Thank you. I'm just trying to hang out with you guys a bit, answer your questions, and then I'll get off here. Let's see how long the stream has been. Oh yeah, I'm only just under an hour. Yeah, big shout out to Square Peg Divergent. Yep. I haven't seen her today in the chat, but big shout out to her channel. If you guys want to go check her channel out also. Square Peg Divergent. What's Chris posting here? Talking about the 77 like Christ. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'd like to bring the Illusion on. He's another decoder. He shouted me out in his live stream yesterday, so I want to give him a shout out here. His channel is just called The Illusion or Illusion, and he does good work as well. He's an amazing decoder. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to repeat the 1989, guys, if we're going to repeat 1989, remember, the year Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were born, you had an earthquake at the World Series, and you had the San Francisco 49ers win. You had the San Francisco 49ers win the Super Bowl, and you had Oakland win the World Series. And there was an earthquake on the same day that they won the World Series. Okay? So this is, I mean, too perfect. And I told you how Taylor Swift was born 58 days after the earthquake. Like Swift equals 58. What nuggets did Allison find? I'm not sure who you're talking about. I must have missed what she was pointing out. Sorry. Thank you for coming to the channel. I appreciate all you new subscribers. No, my name's not showing up in searches. It's not? Interesting. I don't know why it's not. It should be. Can anyone else verify to me that my name is not showing up when you search it? Thank you guys for the liking. Much love to you too, Rick James. Yeah, much love to my girlfriend Magdalena. Rick James sending his love to her. Much love to her also. She takes good care of me. I love her. Let's see. Sean is saying, look up the span from Taylor Swift's debut album to the eclipse this year. Okay. Let's look it up. When was, Sean, can you drop the date of Taylor Swift's debut album in the chat so I can just type it in right away? I mean, I could search it, but maybe you're faster on the draw. So let me go to the eclipse. So he says to measure from the Taylor Swift's debut album. Okay, let me just find out when that is. Taylor Swift. Because I don't know a lot about Taylor Swift, guys. Debut album. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sean, for that. So the debut album of Taylor Swift was apparently on October 24th. So again, in that same time period, 4 days after Kamala's birthday. Okay. October 24th, 2006. Wow, she's been around that long? Dang. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Look at this, guys. Good one, Sean. Look at that. That is insane. Do you guys see what I'm showing you right now? From Taylor Swift's debut album to the eclipse is 9/11 exactly, weeks. And don't forget that that's the 99th day of the year. What is 9 times 11? 9 times 11 is 99. That is insane. And look at that. That's 168 days after her birthday or after her album release. The eclipse is 168 days after her album release. That's crazy. Holy crap, guys. Why is that 168 important? Because Taylor Swift equals 168. So the eclipse this year is 168 days after Taylor Swift's debut album anniversary. Taylor Swift, 168. And that goes perfectly with the 9/11 weeks, guys, from her debut album. So nothing happens around the Super Bowl. We're obviously watching the eclipse time, right? Yeah, I'm mind blown about that. Thank you, Sean, for that. Elvis show from 2/8 to 4/21 in Kansas City. Wow. Well, I already connected Elvis. So to the Queen's birthday, huh? So Elvis show ends on the Queen's birthday, just like Elvis was the king. Yeah, thank you, Eva Dom, also for sharing great info also in the chat. She's always giving good ones. Thank you. 152 in the chat. Yep. I've been seeing that number a lot. Yep, you're right. Phi, the golden ratio, is made up of the numbers 1, 6, and 8. You got no funny fact, guys. Funny that I'm decoding Taylor Swift. Look at this. Taylor Swift equals. I guess this must mean I'm Illuminati, right? I must be connected to Taylor Swift, right, guys? Now, just in the one cipher, but decoding with Cody does equal Taylor Swift. And this is probably one of my best decodes ever about Taylor Swift. So, you know, got that 168. That is like the three numbers in the phi, the golden ratio, 1, 6, and 8. Also, if you guys want to get the Elvis Presley connection to that, I do believe that Elvis A. Presley, if you do his middle initial, equals 168. So in the same cipher as Taylor Swift. And remember, the Super Bowl is going to be in Las Vegas, which is known for all the Elvis impersonators. And a matter of fact, Vladimir Putin also equals 168 in that same cipher. So, you know, the war started because of him, and then the Hamas thing also happened on his birthday. So he's got the 168. And then Queen Elizabeth II, I started my channel on her day that she became queen. And she's got that 168 as well in the same cipher as Taylor Swift. This Super Bowl is very connected to the Queen Elizabeth. I'm not going to get into that here, but Queen Elizabeth has super strong connections to this Super Bowl. So Sean is also saying that from her birth, so I mean, you mean Taylor Swift, I'm assuming, from Taylor Swift's birth to the first day after the midway point between the two eclipses, the two great American eclipses, is 1618 weeks. Wow. As always, Sean, amazing finds, bro. Thank you. So yeah, Sean added an amazing detail to this whole decode that a 9/11 weeks after her debut album. I still can't get over that. Anything else, guys? Let's see if anyone else has anything else to share. I'll be on another 5 minutes unless someone else has something. Yeah, I did see that. If you guys follow wrestling, you know, CM Punk, the guy I talked about in my prior decodes, he made his return and then he got injured right away. And he's all about the X and the X eclipse. So it seems like it's kind of ominous to me. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. I think I'm going to end it here. I'll end it right here on the Swift Quake, the Swift and the Quake, 58 days apart, like Swift, like Super Bowl 58. This is about as simple as it gets here, right? Yeah, you're right, Allison. Elvis did die on 168, August 16th. Like Elvis A. Presley equals 168. Like Taylor Swift equals 168. Yeah, I think it still probably takes some time too, unless they're going to have a huge event that makes us transition from a cash society to a cashless. I mean, maybe they're going to have a cyber attack that causes us to have to change. Yeah, the Kansas City area code is 816, like Elvis's death date. Yep. Thank you for that. Okay. All right, guys, I'm getting off here. Thank you guys for all the great comments, all the great likes and shares and donations, whatever you guys do. Thank you for coming to the channel and liking. I will sign off for tonight. And as always, Many blessings and much love to you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next live stream, hopefully in about 2 days or so. So take care, everyone. God bless you all. I'll see you later, decoders. Much love.